Tuned into the boom room, the livest show in fantasy. Yeah. Welcome to host Walt, Igler, Beat It Fantasy League. Welcome to the boom room, had to get in tune, rocking with the best. Welcome to the boom room, had to get in tune, roster is a mess. Welcome to the boom room, had to get in tune, in it for the checks. Welcome to the boom room, had to get in tune, in it for respect. Few things to address. G5 think he fly, he the Jets.
Welcome to week 7 of the boom room. Let's go Phillies. Hey man, good luck to the Phillies. I hope they bring that thing home. Man, what an exciting week we had in the Beat It Fantasy Football League. Without further ado, let's talk about it. Up first, G5, Machiavellians. This was an important early season game. However, G5 didn't have Josh Allen, so that G5 looked more like a Greyhound bus. Machiavellians was led by his defense and the new ball Ken Walker, who's looking like he might be a problem. This game was no contest. Good win, Machiavellians. Now on 2, the higher power versus Arizona Ryan. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, 87 points. Can I interest you with that? The higher power finally looking like the team we envisioned coming out of the draft. Arizona Ryan long season continues. And after the game, he basically told the rest of the league to kiss his ass and fuck off. Now on 2, Jabronis versus El Cajinos. Another early season important game. Let's get to it. Once again, just like G5, Jabronis didn't have their starting quarterback, and it showed. El Cajinos with the hottest player in the league right now, Austin Eckler, just ripping it up. When you only get 10 points from your quarterback and still score 150, you know you got a good team. Nice win, Cajinos. Now on 2, Negro versus the Legends. Could Negro start a winning streak against the Legends? No. The Legends said they reasserted themselves, put Negro back in his place. Negro, of course, was crying because he lost the great Breece Hall. That's a tough blow, Negro. I'm sorry for you, man. Keep your head up. The Legends, man, they do what they do. Nice, impressive victory, scoring 150. Nice stuff, Legends. Nice stuff, champs. Now on 2, TNT versus whooping that ass. Shit got a little spicy. For the first time in memory, whooping that ass went to the smack board before the game because he let some little troll get him all riled up. We couldn't believe it. Now, the game was exciting. It was good. TNT dominated the game from beginning to end, but somehow late in the game, Juju with a 45-yard touchdown to give whipping that ass a 4-point lead, and it looked like he was going to steal the game at the end. But the newly acquired Mike Williams left his ankle on the field to guarantee the victory for TNT. Before the game, whipping that ass said that TNT was a bum-ass team. They don't have Swift, they don't have Marquise Brown, they don't have Darren Waller, but they beat your ass. Ha. Now on 2, what would have been the game of the week? This body bag guy does not disappoint. Every week his game is a nail biter, and this week was no different. He got up to a tremendous start on Thursday night with the newly acquired Noop Hopkins, who he called Noop Skywalker. His defense, the Cardinals, a plug and play. What a move. Kyler Murray didn't really go off, but he scored enough where he had a nice lead coming out of Thursday night. Give Breadank credit. He never backed up. Patty Mahomes won out at 4 o'clock, and he showed out, scoring 40 points, giving Breadank a chance to win this game. It came down to Monday night. Breadank was down 11 points with Ramondre Stevens going for the New England Patriots. And the Patriots put their backup quarterback in, and he just became check down Charlie, and Ramondre Stevenson had 8 catches alone. Nice comeback win for Breadank. Another tough loss for put him in a body bag. Listen, I want to talk to Arizona Ron for a second, man. Normally, I don't betray confidence, but I think you need to hear this and know this, man. Listen, them dark side niggas, they don't really like you, man. They don't mess with you. Listen, next Thursday, we having a draft party. Come on over, man. Chill with us. And I know you're thinking, where's this coming from? Like, I'm going to tell you where it's coming from. So, I want you to watch these 2 clips. And I want you to tell me who's your friend and who's your enemy. You know what I mean? Come over here with us. We chill, we have fun. You don't gotta worry about niggas dancing in your videos and shit and all that, man. You come over here, watch the game, have a good time. Listen, watch the clip before you make a decision. Speaking of that, Ron, listen, if you want to off the bet, just put it on the smack board before Sunday. We're off the bet. I know you was shitty or whatever, but you know, if you want to let it go, then we can let it go. All right, now you saw that, Ron. That's friends. That's how it is. I mean, I knew you was a little messed up, so listen, you my man and shit, huh? You know, the couple times you came over, busted up, had a good time, right? Now, let me show you this clip. Okay.
I'm not holding nothing back. Hold on, who else is on there that's trash? Ron, super trash.
Okay.
And Corey does. Oh no, and Ron. Yeah, I got Ron too. Ron.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not letting him out of this. I don't care about how drunk he was. No passes.
I mean, come on, man. That's your man doing you like that. Now, I also gotta say this. When Put Him in a Body Bag came over, his 2 boys was with him, Negro and Bread Inc. I'm like, what's up with Ron? I think they said you was busy or something, so I ain't really make no big deal. I ain't really say nothing. So when Negro came over a few weeks later, and I see Put Him in a Body Bag and Bread Inc. here, and you wasn't here, I'm like, yo, what's up with your man Ron and shit? They looked at me like, what the fuck you keep asking us about Ron for and shit? So I just left it alone and shit. So listen, last thing I'm gonna say, Ron, true story. And this how you know it's true, because you can go to G5 for verification, and you know G5 will do anything to fuck with me, right? So listen, me, G5, and Negro, we having a conversation. You know, we chilling, right? So they was giving me a hard time talking about, yo, man, you in trouble. What you gonna do? There's like, I don't see no wins for you unless Ron on the schedule and shit, right? And I said, I already played Ron and shit. I already got the win and shit. So they started laughing. And Negro was like, damn, I gotta see when I got Ron and shit, you know what I mean? And Dre said the same thing. So like, they brought you up. I'm like, damn, I thought that was his man and shit. Listen. Like I said, man, you want to come with some niggas that fuck with you, have some drinks, cigars, play some cards or whatever. Like I said earlier, niggas ain't all dancing in your videos, trying to play you or whatever. Get down with us, man. I fucks with you, Ryan. Boom. Okay, I gotta go. Show back on. All right. Listen, I just got breaking news. This week, we was going to have our tiers. It's not getting analytical. It's the tiers of where we think the teams are now. I got 4 people that I talked to who none of you guys know, who know football, fantasy football, inside and out. It's my committee. With me, it makes 5 of us. And we're going to bring out our first rankings this week. I was just on the phone because I just got news about Jamar Chase, and that's huge for what the tiers were. So I'm going to give you the tiers as they were before the Jamar Chase news, but I'm going to rearrange some things on the fly. Okay, so let's go. First up is the bottom tier, which is, it might be time to get your 2023 draft board ready. Unfortunately, Ryan, I gotta put you on that tier. The good thing is, it might be time. You got one more game before it's really time. All right, enough about that. Let's get on to the other teams. 11 teams in this league, right? The other 11, no disrespect, Ron. It's only 2 games separating the 1 seed from the 11 seed. I love this league. So, now, here's the next tier. The jury's still out. First up, whooping that ass. Second up, Negro. Third, Put Him in a Body Bag. Now, little disclaimer, we talked with the committee. I know you want to know. Whooping that ass. I know you're thinking, yo, he tied for the best record. The committee really does not like his roster. And to let you know we not BSing and we take this next level, you always notice, you always get the teams that tell you, man, I'm the highest scorer, but I keep losing. Well, the opposite is happening for Whooping That Ass. Whooping That Ass has faced the second fewest amount of points in the league, and he's winning. So he's like basically winning that 11-12 game instead of losing that 1-2 game. And the committee just thinks that it's going to catch up to him at some point. Congratulations on being there, but the committee just thinks we've shown you respect by even putting you in the jury's still out. Negro, initially we was going to spot him one level up, but this week we saw a lot of panic. We saw some moves on the waiver wire that just made us say, whoa. It looked like panic to the committee, and to be honest, I couldn't defend you. 6'15", two and some change, and now Kansas City just traded for another wide receiver. So the guy that you picked up for Kansas City, so jury's still out, man. That's the reason. Put him in a body bag. The committee likes your team. They like your vision. They think they know what you're trying to do. But they think still right now you come up 1 to 1.5 players short of your ultimate goal. And they're not going to tell you where you made the mistake. Okay. Now on to this tier, which we have called quarterback or bust so far. And that's G5 and Bread Inc. The committee is scared that these two teams haven't shown enough without their big stud quarterbacks going off. Like, they've been two of the leading scorers, but a lot of that has to do with Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. And the committee isn't sure of these teams, like, if those guys, it's not realistic to say I need 40 from my quarterback every week. It's great if you can get it, but that can't be what you banking on week in and week out. Now that Jamar Chase has went down, I was on the phone with the committee. The committee said, take Bread Inc. off the quarterback or bust line, move him up 2 lines, because T. Higgins, in effect, now becomes a number 1 receiver to go with Jefferson in Minnesota. Changes the whole dynamics of his team. So now Bread Inc. gets a little boost from the Jamar Chase news. Now on to the wild cards. Now, the first wild card we're going to have to revisit. The first wild card was the higher power. Coming off last week, the committee said, we understand what's going on here. This team is about to make a move. And the reason that they were getting so much respect from the committee over the last 5 years, the higher power has had the second best record in the second half of the season. Second half of the season, we say from week 8 to the end of the season. The only team that have a better record than him over that span is Lincoln Legends. So that's the reason that the higher power gets the respect here. And it's like, based off last week, it was like, uh-oh, here we go again. They revving up. But with the news of Jamar Chase being out, unfortunately, we're going to have to drop him back to a category all his own to be unnamed. We'll see where he's at next time on the list. Who's the second team on the wild card list? You got it. Boom. Why they're a wild card? Because the committee says if this team gets to the playoffs, nobody wants to see them, right? And this is what I mean. You talking about a backfield of Swift, NTA. You're talking about 3 receivers that could be CeeDee Lamb, Marquise Brown, Mike Williams. You're talking about Darren Waller at tight end. This team is really loaded, and I'm being objective. The committee wanted to put this team even higher, and I said, no, it's going to be a lot of kickback. They're going to think because it's my team, I'm trying to boost them up. Last year, TNT was 2-5, ended up with the second best record, and if not for Austin Eckler getting COVID, very well would have been the champions. So TNT, because of their track record and because of the roster, they're right there in the wild card, and they're a true wild card because it's a team that you don't want to see. Now on to the next list, which we call the contenders. After the first half of the season. The contenders are, first up, Jabronis. From the preseason, this is a roster that everybody liked. Even the people who were hating couldn't say anything bad about this roster. He has a loaded roster, and he hasn't faced the injuries of the previous team we talked about. So this is a team that we expect to be playing for a shot at the number 1 seed when it's all said and done. Next up on the contenders list, El Cajinos. I know El Cajinos might be a little disappointed. Thought he might have been a little higher up on this list. Has a good team. Eckler is on fire. The Lamar Jackson roller coaster is giving us a little concern. We're hearing things about he's not happy, he's not all in. I think if that gets situated, we would feel much better. But having said that, the committee thinks you're a solid contender. We have one contender left. And of course, that's the champs, Lincoln Legends. If anybody's earned the right to be a contender when it looks like they might be a little bit off their game, it's definitely Lincoln Legends. Josh Jacobs has been a revelation. I mean, raise your hand if you saw that one coming. I can't raise my hand. Nobody in the committee could raise their hand. Lincoln Legends has shown that he knows what to do, who to go out and get. He's a seasoned pro at this. His track record speaks for itself. He's definitely a contender, and we think that he's going to be in the mix from here on out. That leaves one team left that we're calling the favorites after the first half of the season. Who saw this one coming? Stand up and take a bow, Machiavellians. You sit on the top of the pyramid going into what we call halftime. Committee loves your team. I mean, the guy Walker separated you from everybody else. Being able to have him with Cook, Debo, we expect Brady to do good things because the division is just so bad. Top to bottom, right now, at the halfway point, the committee says Machiavellians is the team to beat. Congratulations. Well, look, we're into the round robin part of our schedule, and there's a lot of good games on tap this week. With apologies to whooping that ass and El Cajinos, with Kansas City being on the bye, we kind of wanted to stay away from that. So the game of the week, G5, Jabronis. Man, this should be a good one. I can't wait to talk about it next week. And the boom.
In it for respect, few things to address. G5 think he fly, he the Jets. Always number 1, now opposite is Seth. Put JR in body bag, I must confess. Some owners play checkers, Cajinos play chess. Me, T and do really like Clay, Dre, and Steph. Don't do too much talking, they still wanna press. The main ones just talking, they team don't impress.